Hello, good day. Welcome to my channel. My name is Annie. Thank you for joining me today. So I am in the small town of Amesbury this morning. It's coming up to 8 a.m. and I am sat in the car park for Home Bargains. I've not been in Home Bargains for a while now. So I thought I'd take you guys in with me. I am still after some flower pots. And yeah, let's go in and see what we can find in Home Bargains. Before I go in, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for subscribing to my channel if you already have. And if not, I hope you do. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section and give it a thumbs up if you like the content of today. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be informed about the next video I will upload. Guys, let's go in and see what we can find in Home Bargains. If I can maybe flip my camera around. Here we are. It looks like it's fairly quiet still, which yeah, it's great. The weather this morning is not so great. It's a bit nippy. It's just under 9 degrees Celsius at the moment and quite cloudy and foggy. Of course, the British weather is doing its thing, but anyway, I am here. Hopefully I will catch a bargain at Home Bargains. Let's go in, guys. nice. As you can see, I am now outside in the garden section of Home Bargains. The weather is doing what it's doing. Not very bright and sunny today. There's lovely plants out here, very colorful and fragrant. I can see some lavender here. I've never planted lavender before, but I think I will give it a try this summer. I couldn't really find any pots that I liked inside, so hopefully I can find something out here. These are your terracotta pots. Some of them are glazed, like this one here. There's a variety of shapes, colors and sizes. And over here, maybe these ones are plastic. I'm not sure. No, they are still terracotta. Aesthetically, this one looks okay to me, or maybe in white down here, going for $11.99. They do them in black as well. So yeah, all of these out here are terracotta. Over this side, you've got all your fencing and borders, things like that. Oh, hang on, there's more pots down there. Got some slabs here as well for pathways and things like that. Your gravel and pebbles along here. And if you've got any climbers, you've got some of these here for your climbers. So over here, I guess it's more or less the same as the ones over there. All terracotta. And then you've got these water butt sets. They're 120 liters. If I had the space, I would. There's some garden furnitures over here. Nice wooden and sturdy. They come with a little bit that you can maybe put your drinks and things on. So down here, as I said, you've got all your gravels and pebbles. There's some more pots here. Not really a fan of these colors, but yeah. Over here you've got your composts and manure. There's more garden furnitures over here, benches. So wooden 2-seat bench for $99.99. And along here I'm not sure what these are made of. Planters. And then we are back to the lovely colorful flowers. I love yellow. This is beautiful. So this one is lilies Asiatic, going for $2.99. And down here you've got your orange lilium, still for $2.99. More lilium here, kind of a bright pink color. Over here you've got your climbers. Very colorful on this side with your pinks and purples and lilacs. These ones are very sweet. They are your, what are they? Pink kisses. Got your dahlia. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And this is really a gorgeous color. Deep purplish, bluish color is gorgeous. There's some summer hanging baskets down here, going for $19.99. So yeah, there's a variety of plants, and I'm sure there's something for everybody. And I've made a loop, and now I'm back to the lavenders just over here. So I am back in my car now. I've had a good look around Home Bargains. I'm so glad I got here quite early this morning. It was quiet, so I was out of people's way, and I couldn't really find flower pots that I really liked. I will keep trying. I'll look elsewhere, but anyway, I'm heading home now. I hope you have enjoyed the content of my video for today. And I hope that you've spotted a bargain as well at Home Bargains. So until next time, thank you so much again for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself and take care of your loved ones. Stay fabulous. Take care. Bye. Right, so I am back home from Home Bargains, and I picked up few bits, not a lot this time. And I will just go through these items with you. Now, I purchased a Fairy Lemon washing up liquid, and this one is actually my favorite one. It came down to £2.79, so this is the biggest bottle they have. Also, for cleaning, I picked up this Dettol multi-surface cleaner, again in the lime and lemongrass scent, again one of my favorite scents. And this one came down to £1.79. Last little item that I purchased for myself is this pack of 2 bows. There's a black and a leopard print one. This is obviously for the hair, but I tend to accessorize maybe my handbag or a blouse that I wear for work. Yeah, it can be used in different ways. So guys, these are the 3 items that I picked up this morning during my walkthrough at Home Bargains. I hope you have enjoyed going there with me today. If so, I hope you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Again, thank you so very much for spending this morning with me. Until next time, take care of yourself, and take care of your loved ones. Until next time, bye.